Hey guys, it's Marsman here, and welcome to my very first episode on the Let's Play Moshpit channel. It's going to be in Dark Souls. I'm going to do a playthrough and hopefully have some fun. I'm trying the face cam. I don't know how it's going to work. Let me know if you guys like it. So I'm going to go straight in here. We'll do a cute little female, I suppose. Cute, being very sarcastic. I think the class I want to pick is Hunter. Let me just turn down the volume here. Always go with the Master Key when it comes to Dark Souls, unless you're picking a thief because they have the Master Key. We'll go with a very slim. Face, I'm not going to screw around too much. The hair, I think just for the hell of it. I kind of like the braid. It's kind of cool. And let's make it red. So I'm going to talk a little bit about myself, considering this is the first video. And sorry, forgot my timer. And then hopefully you guys can get to know me a little bit. And if you like me, then that's good because I'll keep going, right? So we're gonna do some really crazy red hair, I suppose. Or shall we go pink? Pink might be cool. This is a pretty good pink. That's kind of purple. And that's very red. The red like that's actually fine. That's not terrible. Just the character like that is good. And I'm going to accept. So this is going to be a playthrough for you guys who know and don't know Dark Souls. It's going to be a little bit of both. I'm going to be skipping the cutscenes just because there aren't a lot and it's not terribly important. And I'm pretty familiar with the game, so it's not going to be too difficult, but I still struggle at parts, so it won't be too easy either. Dark Souls is a game that I decided to buy out of the blue, just randomly. I went to GameStop to pick up Rage, and I actually saw Dark Souls, and the person behind the counter was like, a couple people pre-ordered the limited edition, but they didn't pick it up. So we have extra copies if you want one, and I had no idea what the game was. I looked at the back cover, I was like, alright, looks fine, I'll pick it up. I have the money to do so. This boss will actually fight later. And so I bought Dark Souls, and I fell in love with it instantly. I call the the effect that it had on me the eat, sleep, and shit dream, drink, everything. It was just Dark Souls. It invaded my life, and that is a good thing because it is an incredible game. Probably what a lot consider one of the greatest games of all time, and I cannot deny that fact. It is one hell of a game. What makes it so good is kind of the way you get to play the game. You don't have to actually play through it like a normal game. You can. There is a kind of story here. There is a world that you explore, but you don't have to do it in any order. You can kind of pick. Oh wow! And make it the order you choose to go through the game. So basically, I picked up the Estus Flask from that guy and a key to open this. Estus Flask is your main healing item. It is a potion, more or less. And I almost got myself killed there, which would have been bad. I know this may look worse than it is, but I'm just kind of getting used to this. I had actually all this recorded already, and I had to do it all over again. Technical issues, it happens. But yeah, so my name is Marsman. It's Marsman6908. That is my YouTube channel. And I met Proxima actually through YouTube, and he asked me if I wanted to take part in this. I applied, and here I am doing a video and a video series. So this is kind of me. This is Dark Souls. This is a game I love, and I think you should always stick to something you love, of course, if you're gonna play and do a playthrough, because nobody wants to see you play something you don't like. If you check out my channel, it's youtube.com/marsman6908. The 69 is kind of a friend that picked out the name for my Xbox gamer tag, and it just stuck. I'd love to one day get it to just Marsman, but I think that's too common, that it's a lot harder to get, or whatever. But you can call me Mars for short, and I'm kind of an open guy. I don't really mind criticism. I don't really mind getting trolled or whatever. Like, I don't know, I don't get hurt easily by the internet, because I realize it's just a bunch of people behind a computer desk and you know, talking shit basically. So feel free to leave whatever comment, whether it's criticism or anything, you know, any positivity, negativity, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to take it harshly. I know it's the internet, we all do our best, and if you don't like what I do, that's has nothing to do with me, really. It's just kind of a choice, and yeah, that's kind of my mentality behind the whole YouTube thing. A lot of people get butthurt over stuff. I'm not one to do that. So please feel free to talk to me if you want to be nice, or completely ignore me if you don't want to be. It doesn't matter. But yeah, so I'm just picking up some items here just to get a good start, because I'm going to try a strategy to get a really powerful item or weapon, the Black Knight Halberd. If you guys know the game, then you are familiar with this. If not, then you guys will see soon enough. So I could get the Red Tear Stone Ring, which I'm not going to do. Basically, the premise of the game is you have to... I'm sorry, I'll keep playing while I talk. You have to ring two bells, one kind of on top of the world, one below the world. And ringing these bells open up a new area, which you then have to acquire something called the Lord Vessel. And the Lord Vessel is... it works as your warp item in the game, which you can eventually warp once you get Lord Vessel. But it also works as an item where when you gather souls, you can put them on the Lord Vessel. And the goal is to acquire 4 Lord Souls. Those Lord Souls are 4 of the tougher bosses in the game. I don't know why I'm going here right now. And you fight those guys, you get the Lord Souls, and then you fight the final boss, and that's basically how the game works. So I'm going to be working my way towards the bells, and then go from there. So to do so, the game's motto is prepare to die. So it's actually a great motto for the game, because you do have to prepare to die in this game. It's not an easy game by any mean of the word, but it's also not difficult. Challenging would be the right word. It's not cheap in any way, so it's not like frustrating. It's not playing like Call of Duty on Veteran. I guess it is. I know for some people that's not a challenge, but it's kind of cheap, where especially the earlier Call of Duties, where grenade spamming was definitely there, and that was really annoying and kind of hard to get by. So it's difficult and challenging in the sense that you take a lot of damage really quickly, and if you don't know how to avoid that damage or deal with that, then you are absolutely going to die. But there are ways, and through repetition, and I totally died there, through repetition of going through a certain area, you're going to get used to it, and then you're going to overcome that challenge. So the game's a lot about overcoming a challenge as well, and that's what really appealed to me more than anything, is the fact that I mean, it would pose a challenge, and then I'd have to try it maybe 30 times until I would actually beat it. But you get a great sense of accomplishment once you actually overcome that challenge. And it's kind of a funny motto. Like it's a great motto and motivation, like very parallel to life, right? Because you want to persevere in life and you want to overcome challenges. And though this is a video game, it's very close to that. And that's one thing that I hold dear to my heart is perseverance, just in kind of the day-to-day things you go through, whether it's issues or just like a job or anything. I always like persevering until I accomplish my task, and this game really it really shines with that. So I guess that's why it sucked me in as much as it did. No other games have really done that lately, apart from Skyrim, which was really tough because Skyrim and Dark Souls actually came out in the same year, and it was a really tough decision for me to choose like my game of the year. But ultimately, I have to say it was Dark Souls. So now the way this works is once you die, you have one chance to recover your souls. If you don't actually recover them, well, you lose them, and you lose them for good. Souls are a currency. You can use them to purchase weapons, items, and you can also use them to level up. So they're both experience and currency, which is a little bizarre, but it works really, really cool. It works well, actually. It's a cool little system that they have in place. So if you don't really have enough souls to level up, then you might want to buy an item, or vice versa. So pretty cool like that. Now, oh no, I didn't think I stepped on that. Well, accidents do happen, and this run is not going to be perfect by any means of the word. So bear with me while I waste your time and mine. But no, that's okay. I think I'm actually going to equip the Morning Star just for here. I'm going to fight one of the tougher enemies in the game, but I'm not actually going to fight them for real. Now, these are bonfires. They work as checkpoints. When you die, you respawn at the last bonfire you were sitting at. And you can do a lot of your stuff there, like upgrading weapons, leveling up, attuning spells, or whatnot. So that's kind of what you do at bonfires. Now, this guy is a pretty tough enemy, but I'm just going to get him to fall off, and I'm going to try to get his weapon. That's why I use humanity. And am I going to get it? No, I didn't get it, so not a big deal. I'll just play the game a little differently. But yeah, what I did is I used humanity, and that actually increases your item discovery. So you have a better chance of actually finding the weapon and the loot drops you are looking for. So that was my mentality there, to use 3 humanity, which boosts your item discovery just enough to actually have a pretty good chance at finding that weapon, which is the Black Knight halberd I was looking for. Alright, so I'm going to go through the game somewhat normally now, just because I wasn't able to get that item. What I'm going to do is activate a shortcut, which are kind of all around the game. There are different shortcuts that connect 2 areas. What the game is, the world, it's just one big open world, and it's connected by a bunch of different ways. You do have your warp points, but it's actually connected. There's just one area of the game that's, or I suppose 2 areas that aren't really connected. You have to kind of do a fast travel there, but it's still, as you can see, like this kind of castle part, like you can get to these areas or whatever. So it's really cool, a really big open world game, beautiful as well. It's got a lot of different sceneries and awesome textures everywhere. It's quite something. I'm just gonna run past these enemies because they will be a little troublesome right now because I'm only level 1, or I guess I'm probably level like 7 or something, but I just haven't upgraded anything. I haven't leveled up, so they're a little bit tougher. And I'm just gonna make my way back to Firelink, which was kind of the first area I landed in after the boss. If the frame rate gets kind of choppy, it's because I am playing on PC, so I'm sorry about that. There's not much I can do to fix that. Maybe switch over to console, but I kind of don't want to restart a run. You know how that is. Now, I think my strategy here is going to be, I'm going to buy a broadsword, and I'm actually going to upgrade the broadsword a little bit. Just for the hell of it. So, let me just buy a couple items. I'll hit the shortcut and then I'll call it an episode. I'm going to keep these relatively short, and you guys let me know in the comments if you would prefer them longer or shorter. I'm not too fussy when it comes to that, so I'll do whatever kind of pleases the masses, I suppose. So let's see. The Titanite Shard, I need 9 to upgrade the broadsword fully. So that's kind of what I'm going for. I bought 3, I can only buy 5. So we'll go with this, and then I suppose I could have done the Morning Star, but I don't really like the way it swings. So we'll just do the broadsword a little bit. And then I'll have to come back and get another couple Titanite shards, which isn't a big deal. Now this is already, you can see the damage, 114, is already a lot better than what the other weapons were and what this started out as. So we got another bonfire, the Ended Parish bonfire. I'm sorry I'm talking quickly, I'm just trying to get as much information out as possible, because if you guys have never seen the game, or maybe you have seen the game, you just didn't get all the information you needed, that's what I'm here for, to try to help out as much as possible. So there are multiple ways to play the game, as I mentioned, and I could have totally skipped what is, I guess, the easier like starting part of the game, but I'm gonna go and do that anyways, just to show you guys the game, and it's also really good to get the XP and everything. So oh wow, that's actually a really good drop right away, having that shield. That's 100% block, which is really good. Another thing I want to do is grab this. And then we return to Firelink. So the reason I grabbed that Firekeeper Soul is because I'm actually going to give it to the Firekeeper and make my Estus Flask stronger. And this is really good because you get to use less. Maybe if I took a hit or two, I'd want to use 2 of them, but now I may be able to make do with just using 1 and kind of wasting less of those. So it's really good like that. So I'm just going to bring it to the Firekeeper, which Firekeepers are under certain bonfires, and what they do is they keep the bonfire lit. So if there are no Firekeepers, there are no bonfires. So that's kind of how that works. So I'm just going to give this to her, and then I'll call it an episode. Reinforce my Estus Flask to +1, and there you go. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. It's a bit longer than I expected because I had that death, but it's not too bad. So I'll start up next episode, kind of finally going through the game now with a little bit of an upgraded weapon, so it should be a little bit easier. And if you guys have anything to say, just leave a like and a comment, or dislike and comment. The criticism is completely accepted here. I'm definitely not going to get my panties up in a bunch over anything. So yeah, thanks for watching, and if you want to check out my channel, that should be in the description. It's Marsman6908, so just check me out on YouTube. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.